Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tank be chopping, and I'm back with another haircut tutorial. Alright, so check it out, guys. Jumping straight into this haircut. As y'all can see, I got my comb in my hand, and all I'm doing is combing out the hair so we can see the way it lays, and also to see if there's any discrepancies that may mess me up during this haircut. So we are going to be doing a number 3, a taper fade, and lining up the beard, and we are going to be adding some enhancements. So as y'all can see, I'm using my JRLs. I got my number 3 on my clipper right now. And y'all know how I do it, guys. I'm going over the top, and I'm going to be going over the top I can't even speak right, but we're going to be going over the top multiple amount of times, just getting this all down to that desired length. And y'all know how I do it, guys. I go against the grain, across the grain. You know, I'm going to do this a bunch of times just to make sure I get all these extra hairs down, all the straight hairs, all the little roach legs, all that. We want to make sure we get it all the way even to a number 3 guard on top. And I don't know if y'all notice or not, when I do my tapers, guys, I like to go down a little lower on the sides. So I did put a number 2 on my clipper. I have my lever all the way open, and I'm coming up to the ridge area, and I'm floating that clipper up and out. And the reason why I'm doing that is just so it can fade. You know, this 2.5 guard can fade into the number 3 guard pretty easily. However, I am going to go a little lower on the side, so I'm going to close my lever all the way, which is going to make the sides a true number 2, and I'm going to take all that down to a number 2 also. And as you can see, I still am doing a slight flick out motion, and the reason for that is I don't want to create any line. I want this to fade into the top super easy. And I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but I do have a power clip on my JRLs. They do not have a power clip for the JRLs. However, the Barber's one fits on there. You just gotta push it in there, you know what I'm saying? But we got it to work. So as you can see here, I'm taking my trimmers and I'm setting in my first initial bald guideline for my taper. And as you can see, I cut off some of that C-cup. I did leave a little bit because we are going to do a slight curve, but I wouldn't necessarily call this a high taper. To me, this is more of like a mid taper. So now I'm going over everything I did with that trimmer. I'm taking that down to skin with the razor, and now I'm going in with my clipper all the way open. And even though this lever does stretch a little longer than, you know, my other clippers, I'm still gonna do my steps the same exact way I normally would, no matter what clipper I'm using. So I'm going in with my lever all the way open, and I'm gonna be coming up a section, you know, about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, you know, give or take. You know, I really can't, I don't got my measuring tape on me, so I don't know exactly how far I came up. But I came up a section, and as y'all just saw me do right there, I closed my lever halfway, and I'm coming up halfway into this section, and then I'm gonna close my lever 1 notch, attack that bottom line, and then close it all the way and do the same thing, try to attack that bottom line with a flick out motion, and that should, for the most part, get rid of this bottom line. And if it doesn't, that's fine. I can always come back later with the trimmer if needed. So my next step is me putting my number 1 guard on my clipper. Lever is all the way open. I'm coming up another section. The section is about the same size as my previous section, guys. So I'm coming up using a slight flick out motion. And then I'm going to close my lever all the way and attack the line at the bottom of this section. That way it gets rid of some of these dark areas and the blend comes together a little better. And as you can see, I do some slight lever play, and that's just, you know, just a small detail work. It's nothing too crazy, but I just feel I needed to do that to make that section look a little better. And here I'm going in with my number 1.5 guard. My lever is all the way open. I am coming behind the ear. You know, I'm coming to the top of that taper area. This is the highest my taper is gonna go. And I'm using a flick out motion. Same reason, guys. I just want this to fade into that number 2 guard that I did on the sides. Really easy. I don't want to leave no dark areas and no dark spots. So I am flicking out. And then as you just seen me do right there, I adjusted my lever all the way closed. And I'm gonna be cleaning up these darker areas that I see that my clipper open with that 1.5 guard did not take away. And this isn't gonna Even though technically these are my initial steps and I'm done with my steps, I am going to detail it, so I will be going back and switching my guards up to get this blend to look even better. So here's my one guard, and I'm just going to be doing some more level play, guys, doing some corner blending. And the reason why I'm doing this is, like I said earlier, guys, I just want to make sure this blend looks even better than it already does. And I'm not saying it looks bad, but it just doesn't look, you know, it don't look like my normal product. So I gotta work at it and make this blend pop and just take this haircut to the next level. And in case y'all missed it, that was my 1/16 guard. I was doing some, you know, some lever play and some detail work at the bottom of my taper. I used my two guard previous to using this guard, and I just did it just to clean up behind the ear, just to make sure it was down to that 2. And now I'm going in with my 1.5 guard, because there is a, you know, there's a dark spot behind this ear that I don't like, so I'm really attacking that with my 1.5 guard lever open and closed. And then I may go back in with my 1 guard and maybe do some corner blending behind the ear just to get that down, you know, get that down to the desired length and give it that look that I'm trying to give it. Alright, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and line him up behind the ear. You don't have to do this step now, guys, but the reason why I'm doing it is it helps me see this haircut as more of a finished product, and it lets me see any discrepancies that I may have or something that I may have missed in this haircut. Now we're just lining up the front. Y'all know how I do my lineups, guys. I like to start in the middle of the head and then I move my way over. So I started off in the middle, set my first initial guideline, and then I'm moving my way over to the left of his head, to my right side, but it's the left side of his head. And then yeah, I'm just hitting this line up, trying to make these lines as sharp as possible, trying to make this edge up look good. And yeah, you just try to make this haircut go to the next level. Let's go. Now that that is done, I'm going back in and doing some more detail work, because y'all know how I do it, guys. I set in that line and it helps me take my eyes away from the fade. Just for a little bit, it helps me rest my eyes. That way I can actually see if there's any discrepancies or if there's any dark areas that I got to come back and tend to and just, you know, just fix up, just so this haircut can look even better. Now all I'm doing is fading in that beard, and I don't really give a good, like, detailed step by step, you know, I don't give a lot of steps when I'm fading the beard. I just do it. And you know, I have a video on a beard trim, so if y'all really want to see the steps on how I fade in a beard, y'all go a few videos back. Matter of fact, I'm gonna actually post the video in the description. Y'all go back and y'all check out that video if y'all really want to see how I fade in and line up a beard. But as far as lining it up, it's pretty self-explanatory right here, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all what I'm doing. Y'all can just watch it and see that I'm lining up his beard, and we are keeping it full, just so y'all know. Obviously y'all can see that, but I did want to let y'all know that we're keeping it full. You know, we just want to tap it and keep it as thick as possible, but at the same time make it as crisp as possible. Alright, so now that the left side of his haircut is done, we're moving on to the right side, and we're going to be doing the same exact thing. As you can see, I'm setting in my first initial bald guideline, balding everything out with that shaver, getting all that down the skin, and I'm going to fade up into the number 3 on top, or well, technically it's going to be to the number 2 on the sides, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. I want to give a big shout out to my boy Tito Beats. He's the one supplying me with all these beats, guys. So all this music y'all hear in your ear right now, it comes from your boy Tito Beats. Y'all make sure to follow him on YouTube. Check him out. It's Tito Beats Productions. And also make sure to give him a follow on Instagram. I said that kind of weird. I don't know why I've been saying stuff weird, but y'all give him a follow on Instagram. I believe it's at Tito_Beats. So y'all search him up, give him a follow. Also, make sure you're following your boy on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at Tank_B_chopping. So like I've said before, your boy has been working. I've been putting out videos like almost every other day. I really hope y'all appreciating this content, guys. We reached 3,000 subscribers. We moving. I'm trying to keep on moving though, and I told y'all before, guys, I'm gonna be doing another giveaway soon. However, we ain't quite there yet. I was gonna do it at 3K, but then I know on a previous video I said I was gonna do 5K. But I may meet y'all somewhere in the middle. I may do 3,500. I may do 4,000. I'm not sure yet. But let's run these subscribers up. Let's run these numbers up. That way I can do another giveaway, guys. And I know y'all gonna appreciate it. So yeah, y'all just try to share these videos. You know, share this with your partners. Share this with your your friends, share it with anybody y'all can think who can find this information valuable.
Damn it, Tito. Another one?
So now that both sides of the haircut are done, I'm moving on to the back of this taper. I know this angle ain't the best angle. Y'all know I ain't the best with angles, guys, and I greatly apologize for that. But for the most part, y'all gonna see what I'm doing. I am gonna be getting in the way of the camera every so often, and that's my fault. I apologize. But yeah, I'm doing the same steps, guys. I'm going in with my clipper open after I balled him out, and I'm gonna fade that section down, and then I'm gonna go with my number 1/8 guard or my number 1 guard, whatever y'all want to call it. I'm gonna start with my clipper open, go up another section, and then fade that down. And I know a lot of people want to overcomplicate these things. Like, they think you need to do their steps differently on each part of the head, when in actuality, guys, most of the time I do my steps exactly the same. I may switch it up a little bit, nothing too crazy, but I do switch it up sometimes, just really not even based on the head or the head shape. Sometimes it's just based on what guard is closer to me or what I feel would be a little quicker. So it ain't even necessarily on the type of hair texture or whatever. Sometimes it's just really like what's quicker for me. Like if my one guard, if I keep my one guard in my hand, or if I put it closer, if I don't put it in its slot correctly, sometimes grabbing my one guard is quicker than grabbing my half guard or my 1.5 or whatever. And I just do it that way sometimes, guys. And there's a lot of different ways you can get a good finished product, so you don't have to do the same exact way, and you don't even have to do these steps per se. But I'm just giving y'all my, the steps I like to use, that for me it makes doing these haircuts really easy. Alright, but anyway, that's enough of me talking about that. As y'all can see, we're doing some razor work now. I already hit up the behind the ear area. Now I'm hitting up that beard. Y'all know I say this all the time, guys, and you want to make sure you stretch that skin, that way you don't nick your client. I did give him a slight nick above his ear on the left side. You really can't see it right here, but I probably shouldn't have even said nothing. Y'all probably wouldn't even noticed it. But at the end of the haircut, you're gonna see it. So I just decided, I want to be, I can't even think of that word right now. I want to be really transparent with y'all, and I want y'all to know that I did nick my client. That's my bad. But it is what it is. As y'all can see, I'm still just lining up his beard, trying to give him a good finished look. Alright, so as y'all can see now, guys, we're going in, we adding some enhancements. Y'all seen the haircut before the enhancements, they weren't needed, but I'm doing these enhancements just to take this haircut to the next level. Y'all know how I do it, guys. I like to take my haircuts to the next level and make my client feel like $1,000,000, and I believe that doing these enhancements does that for my clients. And y'all know how I am with my enhancements, guys. I try not to add too much. I try to add just enough to where it looks sharper, but also not to where it looks fake. Alright guys, so check it out. This is the before look. And this is the after. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this haircut, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe one time for your boy. I greatly appreciate y'all, YouTube. Until next time, let's go.